Bueno, lectura número 11. Continúo con la lectura iniciada en el video número 9, que es How does digital finance influence corporate greenwashing behavior? Es cómo influencia la financiación digital en el comportamiento del lavado verde de las empresas. Bueno, en el video anterior no alcancé pues como a decir bien lo que había leído, pues porque no sé qué pasó con el video, se me pausó, pero aquí doy un breve como detalle. Entonces aquí en la sección 3 hablaban de la metodología y los datos, de la construcción del modelo. Ay, Dios mío. For what? No es solid. Both province and industry fixed effects. The baseline regression results are shown in Table 3 columns. 1 to 11 indicate that the coefficients of the f's in a regression equations are negative and significant. More importantly, the gradual addition of control variables does not have significantly affect the regression's results. We also find that most of the coefficients of the control variables are statistically significant, and the control variables selected in this paper are valid. Thus, the baseline regression results support H1. The coefficients of the control variables are consistent with our expectations. In the middle of this paragraph, it showed the table number 5, considering other dimensional indicators of the core explanatory variables. Entonces muestran pues como esta tabla. Bueno. 4.2 Robustness Tests. 4.2.1 Lagging the F by one period. To account for the potential time lag effect of the F on corporate greenwashing, the core explanatory variable is lagged by one period, and the benchmark model is re-estimated. The results are presented in Table 4. These regression controls for both industry and province fixed effects. Regardless of the different control variables included, the results consistently show that the sign of the coefficient for the lagged period of DF remains unchanged, and the regression coefficient remains significantly negative at the 1% level, indicating that the results are robust. 4.2.2 Different dimensions of DF on corporate greenwashing. To provide a more precise understanding of the influence of DF on corporate greenwashing, this study examines 3 sub-dimensions of DF: coverage, breadth, usage depth, and the digitalization level of the DF index. This section conducts a stepwise regressions based on these 3 subdimensions of DF. All regressions in Table 5 include industry and province fixed effects. Table 4, columns 1, 2, 3 demonstrate the impact of coverage breadth, usage depth, and the digitalization level of DF on corporate greenwashing without the control variables. The coefficients of these three cover explanatory variables are significantly negative at the 1% level. Columns 4 to 6 show that when the control variables are added, the coefficients of coverage breadth, usage depth, and the digitalization level of digital finance remain significantly negative at the 1% level. In summary, these findings reaffirm that DF reduces the degree of corporate greenwashing. 4.2.3 Alternative Indicator of Corporative Greenwashing. In this subsection, we conduct several sensitivity tests to assess the robustness of the baseline regression. We introduce a corporate greenwashing indicator based on an ESG data measurement as a new variable for corporate greenwashing behavior. The results using the alternative corporate greenwashing indicator are presented in Table 6. Our findings indicate that even after changing the proxy for corporate greenwashing, our estimation results remain robust, with DF continuing to show significant negative effects. Again, in the middle of this paragraph, they showed table number 6 called robustness testing results replacing the explained variable. Entonces, aquí muestran esa tabla con esa información. Okay. 4.2.4 robustness test 2 SLS to address the potential endogeneity problem and to build on the literature. This article selects the Internet Broadband Access Subscriber Radio as an instrumental variable for DF. This radio represents an enterprise's digital infrastructure and is closely correlated with the development of digital inclusion finance. Columns 1 and 2 report to the two-stage regression results of the Internet Broadband Access Subscriber Radio as an instrumental variable. The regression results for the first stage, shown in column 1, indicate that Internet is significantly positive correlated with DF. The value of the F statistic in the first stage is 16,943.70, which passes the weak instrumental variable test. The value of the Craig Donald Walt F statistic and under identification test indicate no weak instrumental variable problem and reject the initial hypothesis of unidentifiable. Column 2 reports the results of the instrumental variable method which are consistent with the baseline regression. Section 5, Heterogeneity Analysis. Or analysis. I think it's analysis. Okay, this study conducts heterogeneity analysis across four dimensions: industry pollution level, environmental regulatory degree, and regional differences. Grouping regression are used to examine whether the regression results significantly differ across these dimensions. 5.1 Industry pollution level. To investigate whether the effect of DF on corporate greenwashing varies between high and low pollution enterprises, we conduct separate regression on these two groups. High pollution enterprises are assigned a value of 1, while low pollution enterprises are assigned a value of 0. Table 8, columns 1 and 2 reveal that the coefficients for DF are significantly negative in both the high and low polluting groups. However, the absolute values of the DF coefficients in the high polluting group are greater than are those in the low polluting group. These research findings confirm that DF inhibits corporate greenwashing behavior in both high and high polluting enterprises, with a more pronounced effect observed in high versus low polluting enterprises. This is table number 7, robustness tests. This is information of related to this table. Okay, a possible reason for this finding is that heavily polluting enterprises face high investment and technological innovation pressures, and there is a long delay in the collection of product sales revenue. Heavily polluting enterprises face serious financial exclusion and credit discrimination problems. Due to risk considerations, traditional finance tends to provide loans to lightly polluting enterprises. This hinders the green transformation of heavily polluting enterprises. However, digital finance can rely on information technology to allocate more financial resources to heavily polluting enterprises, fill the gaps in financial services, and alleviate the financial constraints of heavily pollution enterprises by optimizing the financing system. Therefore, compared to lightly polluting enterprises, digital finance has a greater utility for heavily polluting enterprises. 5.2 Environmental Regulatory Degree. Enterprises in areas with high environmental regulatory constraints often face stricter emissions reduction targets. Therefore, compared to areas with relaxed emissions reduction targets in areas with higher environmental regulatory constraints, enterprises have a higher level of enthusiasm for green transformation, a stronger willingness to invest in green, and a corresponding strong demand for financing, resulting in a greater demand for funds. At this time, digital finance covered a wider customer base than traditional systems, becoming an important supplement to the traditional financial system and filling the gap in the supply of traditional finance. Therefore, the effect of digital finance is greater in regions with stricter environmental regulations. To verify this conjecture, we re-estimate baseline model 1 using subsample of strict and relaxed environmental regulations as shown in table 8. Columns 3 and 4 show that the inhibitory effect of DF and corporate greenwashing is more prominent when environmental regulations are strict. 5.3 Regional differences. China's economic development exhibits distinct regional characteristics which may affect the effect on DF on corporate greenwashing behavior. Therefore, the impact of DF on the corporate greenwashing behavior may vary depending on geographical location. This is table number 8, heterogeneity analysis. This is the information. To observe this heterogeneity, this study divides the full sample into two regions for the analysis. 1. Eastern and 2. Central and Western. We perform regressions according to whether the enterprise belongs to the eastern regions or the central and western regions. Table 8, columns 5 and 6 reveal that the inhibitory effect of DF is smaller in the eastern region versus the central and western. One possible reason for this is that the development of traditional finance is in the eastern region is better than that in the central and western regions. Traditional finance in the eastern regions can better meet the financial needs of green development of enterprises in the region. So the complementary role of digital finance in the green development of enterprises is not significant. However, the development of traditional finance in the central and western regions lags relatively behind that in the eastern region, so digital finance is more likely to demonstrate a complementary role to traditional finance in the process of green innovation. Okay, section number 6, influencing mechanisms analysis. Okay, I'm going to read the last part in the next video. Bueno, la parte 4 nos habla del análisis, de los análisis empíricos. Estas son las pruebas de regresión de referencia. Bueno, primero están analizando si la variable DF influye en el lavado de imagen corporativo utilizando pues el método de regresión lineal y las pruebas de regresión de referencia. Bueno, pues así como lo que entiendo de esa tabla es que los resultados lo que dice también es que como que las variables son significativas Entonces pueden explicar como ese comportamiento. Ya en el 4.2 habla de las pruebas de robusta. Bueno, ahí analizan la variable DF, qué pasa cuando la retrasan un periodo, la visualizan desde diferentes dimensiones. Bueno, básicamente dice que le hicieron una prueba o basados en la prueba 2SLS de robustez, pues dice que el modelo es consistente o los resultados más bien son consistentes con el modelo base o el modelo de referencia que se realizó. Bueno, ya en la sección 5 lo que es el artículo es analizar la parte de heterogeneidad. Pues dice que lo analiza desde 4 aspectos: el nivel de contaminación industrial, el grado de regulación ambiental y las diferencias regionales. Entonces analizan el nivel de contaminación de las industrias, indicando que digamos como el valor asignado para las empresas que tienen una alta contaminación es 1, y para las empresas que tienen baja contaminación el valor asignado es el